Hey everyone, welcome back to What's Up Wednesday. My name is Rachel and I am on the client support team here at Early Learning Ventures. And today I'm joined by Angelina Molina, Executive Director at Teach For America, California, Capital Valley. Welcome, Angelina, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me, Rachel. I'm so excited just to sit down and chat with you a little bit today.
Yeah, thank you. Me too. And I'm sure our guests as well were really excited to get to learn more about Teach For America. Thank you also to everyone who is joining us and watching this episode. If you have not heard of Early Learning Ventures before, we are a mission-driven nonprofit dedicated to supporting early childcare business owners across the nation to run successful businesses by offering resources and technology solutions really designed to lighten the administrative burden, which allows childcare providers the time to dedicate back to children and families that they care for. We are a partner, not just a product, and we're committed to helping childcare providers build connections by providing networking opportunities and offering direct tech support. I have links in the description of this video where you can learn more about Early Learning Ventures and all of our resources, including past What's Up Wednesday episodes, and where hopefully you can get in touch so we can connect further. I also have links in the description of this video where you can learn more about today's topic, Teach for America in the California Capital Valley. All right, Angelina, can you just start us off by introducing yourself?
Yeah, I'm Angelina Molina. I am the Executive Director for Teach For America here in the California Capital Valley. For those of you who might not be familiar with California, it is sort of the middle portion of California, everything from Bakersfield in the southern portion of California and Mount Shasta in the northern part of California. So the Central Valley is sort of what we call it.
All right. Thank you. I was curious when I was seeing the California Capital Valley. I was like, well, I hope we get to that.
What does that mean? Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Can you give us just a quick overview of Teach for America and the California Capital Valley region? I know you did that part, but really tell us like what role it plays in supporting schools and communities.
Yeah, so Teach for America is a national organization. We've been around for about 35 years, and we are in almost every state. Historically, we are known for our core member program, which is where we recruit high performing graduates and place them in high need schools throughout the country. And in the California Capital Valley, we are what we call an innovation region. So we are deeply focused on educators who are currently in classrooms and really responding to their needs, listening to what is it that they need, and being really excited about bringing resources to bear in our local communities to help support them. For us, we run 3 different programs in our region. The first is our Ignite tutoring program. The second is our summer learning camp. And the third is our school leadership lab.
I love that. That's amazing. What an incredible resource and what an incredible organization to be a part of to get to offer that support.
Yeah, it's really great. We have so much fun working with teachers and educators. I was a teacher, a building leader, a system leader, and then I stepped into nonprofit work. So I just feel so excited to be able to support a community that really helped sort of launch my career and propel my trajectory.
Yeah, I love that. So teaching is incredibly rewarding, but also demanding. What are you seeing right now when it comes to teacher sustainability?
Yeah. I mean, teaching, as you said, is just incredibly demanding work. And I think one of the things that we see a ton of is that educators really need strong systems and support to be able to thrive. And so when schools invest in educators and really invest in building systems that support them, that creates the conditions for both adults and students to succeed. And sustainable teaching, it doesn't happen by accident, right? It happens when educators have coaching and resources and everything that they need to be able to do their best work. And when teachers have the right support and leadership, they're able to stay in the profession and continue making a difference for students over time. The 3 things that I think I hear the most from teachers in terms of sustainability are obviously, teacher pay, that will always be top of the box, top of the list for folks. And also just burnout, the inability to sort of have a healthy work-life balance and be able to, have a thriving professional career as a teacher teacher and also be able to support their families and enjoy their personal time as well. And then I think third is just the incredible amount of student needs, particularly coming on the tail end of the pandemic, right? So the pandemic sort of exposed all of these needs that kids always had, that really exacerbated them in a way that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, I love what you said about burnout and really that work-life balance. I read something about that with burnout the other day, and I think no matter how much you love what you're doing, if there isn't a balance there, it's not going to be sustainable.
Exactly.
So, you've emphasized building systems, not just offering support. What does that look like in practice?
Yeah, one way we do this is our school leadership lab. And so that program really focuses on school leaders, whether that's a principal, a site director, a superintendent, building those systems through co creation and co facilitation of a coaching experience that is very rich and rewarding. And this we really believe that there's no one size fits all model, right? Every school, every cohort of teachers is radically different, and that schools and systems should be responsive to those needs of those independent communities. So for us, that looks like working with all of the leaders to take a look at what, teacher content and pedagogy, the way we teach, and thinking about what are the student outcomes. Are kids actually learning based on what you're offering? And then working with our school leaders to say, okay, this is what we can really focus on to be able to move the needle in both student outcomes and teacher practice. And in doing so, really cut out a ton of the stuff that we're always doing as teachers that are sort of these extra layers of tasks that get in the way of the joy of teaching and learning. That really is why we got into it in the first place.
Yeah, thank you. So I know you've talked about this, and anyone who's in the education field is aware. Teachers are often expected to meet a wide range of student needs at once and often wear many different hats. How does Ignite help to relieve that pressure?
Yeah, I mean, Ignite is an incredible program. So it is a virtual tutoring program. And I think, as I shared before, one of the needs that we really saw post pandemic is just the unmet sort of academic and like social and emotional needs that kids are bringing into the classroom. And Ignite really helps teachers not have to carry that full weight of meeting every student need alone. Programs like Ignite help relieve that pressure by providing really high impact tutoring that meets students where they are, so that teachers can really focus on the core of instruction while also ensuring that students have the support that they need. And we found that when students actually receive that targeted in the moment support through tutoring and and this real strong sense of belonging, teachers are actually experiencing less burnout and more space to focus on instruction, which directly contributes to more sustainable and that sort of joyful teaching experience, right? Because they're not meeting student needs alone.
Yeah, that all ties in together. And I love, focusing that support on leaders as well, because both are really, really challenging positions and both equally deserve that level of support. And being a leader, you take on that responsibility for those around you. And so it's great to have a resource to lean on and learn from and grow with as well.
Yeah, it's really been incredible. And I think one of the things that, is sort of the unsung hero here is how much kids end up feeling very connected to their tutors and how much that actually impacts them showing up at school. So we've actually seen chronic absenteeism rates declined because students are feeling this really rich connection with this person that meets with them, 3-4 times a week, and they're excited to learn, right? They're learning in ways that they learn best, and they have this more individualized attention. And teachers are amazing folks. And also there is a, limit on how much time they can give any one student in a class of 30 plus. So I think that that's the other piece of the puzzle that we've been able to glean as we've done Ignite.
I love that. How does this work extend beyond the school year to support students and educators year round? I know you mentioned that summer program as well.
Yeah, so we also run a summer program, and this program is really designed to do two things. I think one, it's designed to help support educators who are in classrooms right now. So we partner with schools and we work to train their teachers in best practices in both math and the science of reading. And we also are always looking to shore up those student learning gaps. And summer slide and the summer learning loss that happens for kids, particularly those in underserved areas, is tremendous. And so our role really is, let's work with schools, help their teachers, give professional development, and run a program that prevents summer learning loss and does more than that, actually closes gaps, particularly in literacy before that critical third grade year.
I love that. Thank you. So for those watching, what would be next steps? How to get in touch? Where to go to learn more?
Yeah, so we have our LinkedIn page is probably the best place to find us. You can type in Teach for America, California Capital Valley, and find us there. And there are also links to our Instagram, which is at TFA CCV. And I mean, really, you can find us, if you type in Teach for America, California Capital Valley, you can find my email address, you can find our team's email address. We are so happy to talk with community members and teachers and students and parents. I think one of the things that makes this region unique and incredibly beautiful is that we are solidly focused on meeting community needs. So we are really curious about what's happening on the ground and how we can help people who are actually doing the work.
Yeah, perfect. That really ties into what you said in the beginning, like you're an innovative organization and looking for that creative connection. I love that. So if there's one thing that you want educators or school leaders to take away about supporting teachers, what would that be?
Ooh, this is such a great question. I'd say to really think through what kind of systems you have in place to support the mundane or the administrative tasks that make teaching unsustainable. I would really think about all the paperwork that is needed, all of the extra duties, the prep periods, all of that stuff. I think that it's so important that we take a look at our systems and think, are there places where we can get more efficient in these tasks that teachers are holding on to that are actually preventing them from doing the real work, which is, intellectual preparation for their next lesson and deeply engaging with students and families. And so I think as much as we can look at our systems and really, create more efficiencies for the tasks that don't necessarily require the teacher to deeply engage with students or content, I think that is something that I would give advice to everyone to be doing at this moment in time.
Yeah, that's so great. And I think that's such a great way to end this conversation with just that impactful thought.
Amazing.
Do you have anything else to leave us with today? Anything that I might have missed or any final thoughts to share?
No, I'm just so grateful to have been able to come on this podcast with you to share a little bit more about the work that we are doing here in the California Capital Valley. And I just encourage anyone who's interested in the work that we do or wants to get in touch with their local Teach for America region to reach out. We are so excited to partner, to talk shop, to thought partner, to really brainstorm in terms of how we can make teaching and learning more sustainable across the U.S., not just in California.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us today. It was really great to meet you and learn more about Teach for America in California, Capital Valley.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you to all of our viewers for joining us as well, and we will see you next time. Bye.